today, Ian?
No, I haven't. But she's probably coaching the women that have just finished.
I know SCM's doing a game, but I don't know if I thought she would have been here playing.
There we go.
It's scoreboard. Pick up the phone.
Hey, so we're having issues just regarding the scoring system. Yes. My SL. Very well.
Audio. Yep. I can hear myself.
Hello, hello. Yep.
Yep, yep.
All good. Why has my mouse been on the...
It's here.
Okay, and it was just one for the audio.
How are you, mate?
We'll share the commentary.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hello and welcome to NTFL Round 18, the final minor round of the competition for 2023-24. And it'll be at DXC Arena, where the home team PINT, who will play finals for the first time in their short career, their short stay in the Premier Grade competition of the NTFL, and they're up against Palmerston. Palmerston have struggled all season. Let's see if they can have saved the best until last. They look resplendent, Palmerston. I don't mind their black jersey with about on the right-hand side of their jersey, as you can see, about 4 stripes. They look like prison bars. I'm not going to go any further with that, but it'll be the home team PINT, and they'll be up against the Palmerston Magpies. And joining me in commentary, Natasha Medbury. She's just rushed away from her coaching duty. Natasha, Palmy, will they save the best to last? They're up against the Pinters, who have got something to play for. That PINT will play finals, but Palmy just need to show something today.
Yeah, thanks, Butters. I had a chat to the guys during the... they've just... Motlop with the kick in, and you're right, they've swapped positions. Thomas has gone back the role that Stephen's been playing, so Thomas is going to get this back. He does. So second position in a space of 30 seconds. Just a chip kick up teammate Dundon to the wing. Cabfelt once again. Chip kick over. They'll come into the corridor again. How many times have we seen this? Mead Harding with a kick forward to space. Oh, got a hand in there.
Bad miss.
Forward defensive work there. Wilsey kicks it out wide, asking a bit. Is the boundary line going to beat both players? Yes, it does. So taken over by Ben Agnew. There will be a boundary throw in about 60 around from the PINT goal.
Thomas Motlop's done pretty well. First game back for a long, long time. He actually retired halfway through the season and did some work for us on kick television. Tossed in by the boundary umpire. Page pushes his opponent off the football. Paholke dispossessed. But the Maggies will get the clearance, but unfortunately held up nicely. That time by Harrison Marr.
Here he is.
Gets it out to Thomas Motlop. Motlop bangs it forward at 60 metres. Couldn't take the mark. Handball out. PINT in the van. Another handball back. They're under pressure. The Magpie defence up to it at the moment. They've got to maintain this right throughout the game because they've had a mountain of possession up forward, the Pointers. The Maggies have held them up.
Kick off the ground there by Wilsey. Page picks it up on his left. Kicks it to a contest. Good body work there by Young, but couldn't take the mark. Did all the hard work. Turned over here. Marr again looking to the corridor. Cabfelt got a number of players by themselves. Didn't take the mark. Paholke nearly got in there just a chip. Looking for Liam Holt Fitz. He couldn't take a one-hander. Regathers got the speed and it was taken around the neck. Bit of a coat hanger, the old coat hanger there.
Pick your head up later, Liam.
I'm going to have to give Thomas Motlop a bit of a ribbing during half-time, I reckon, to retire and come back. He told me he'd retired as well.
Yeah, because he was with us in commentary and he said he'd retired.
And kick to Mead Harding. It's already kicked a goal in this quarter. Looking inboard, there we go. Loose shacking by the Magpies straight into the corridor and an uncontested mark there by Benjamin Brett.
Benjamin Brett and McKimmie, they are just very, very good forwards. Opportunist forwards, Brett has it. Rarely misses, directly in front, man on the mark, 25 to 30 metres from goal. Really, it's not going to be rocket science, all he's got to do is kick straight.
Yeah, we've gone 14 and a half minutes. Just looking at the scoreboard.
So Brett it is. Mead Harding has one, Kelfell has one. Has Brett got one? The left footer kicks on goal. They like it, they do like it. It is a goal, so he's got one. They are 3 goals. And as you said, we have gone, well, I'm not quite sure how long we've
About 15,
gone.
I think it's about 15 minutes. We're going off the scoreboard here because the clock for us isn't working, so 15 minutes.
And PINT 3-2-20, Palmerston, at least they're on the board, Natasha.
Yeah, it's been pretty accurate. That's the time on that scoreboard today when we played.
Alexander Page.
Good win to the PINT ladies, so they'll have next week off. We've got to sit for next season now. The umpire tosses it high. McDonald got up, but Peach got it. There's that man again, Young. Peach gets it back. Usually a good user of the footy, but just kicked it to space, was pushed as he kicked it. And again, the speed of the back line of PINT, he's just killing the Magpies forwards at the moment. Kick forward there by Shot. He's such an important player for PINTs as well. Shot. Again, they go inboard. Palmer. Oh, that's a terrible kick. Oh, Liam Holt Fitz picks it up. He can have a shot. No, he's done the team thing. Put it to the top of the square. Run and carry. Good work there by Parry. Stephen Motlop gets there. Can't get a handle of the footy. He was taken without the footy in the end. The umpire said play on. It was clear as day.
The only thing that might have saved the umpire, he had his nose over the football, Motlop, but nonetheless, the Maggies now have the clearance. Michael Chubb, plenty of pace on the wing, which is what they want, because the pace of the defence of the Pointers is actually killing the Magpie forwards. Perhaps they can get Chubb up there as well, but once again, the Pointers will clear. They go wide, over in the outer, and they will come into the corridor. Fairly predictable. Mark taken, good stretch and reach there by McKimmie.
Oh, good contest. Well done, Mead Harding.
Up they go, Mead Harding somehow gets the ball out. Tough snag is Andrew Mead Harding for PINT. the point on ball, Sam Kelbfell.
Must be something about the number one at Palmerston. Means that he's got you pretty fast. Got a bit of speed there, that Michael Chubb. New player as well to Maggies.
Yeah, he is, and has done pretty well. And
Peach gets in there, put his head over the footy. Umpire said, no, you ducked into it. Play on. They'll be happy for a stoppage here, the Maggies, but they let it come out. Holt Fitz was slung to the ground by his Guernsey. Umpire again, play on. Everyone sort of stopped and the mark taken by Brett. Plays on quickly, straight down the corridor, bit of space, or a bit of holding off the footy there. It should be Magpies free kick, and it is. Stephen Motlop did not hide that too well whatsoever.
Parry it'll be. Former St Mary's player. Is he a St Mary's premiership player?
Yeah, he is. Yep. Parry. Yep.
So Parry will clear. A reliable defender. Gets the ball forward. Nice kick, nice mark. And that's our man again, Tyson Young. Young on the outer of the ground. Plays forward. Philip Wills had a bit of the footy. Philip Wills, he's stuck with the Magpies. Good on him. Gets it forward. Not the best kick. It'll go back to Wills. Now he gets into the corridor and goes to who? Goes to Young. Young takes the mark. Backward of the centre.
This is clever though, the Baggies, not giving possession of the footy to Pint. If they kick it long down the line here, what Pint want him to do. Justin Taylor creates a contest. Well done at the back here. But the runners can't get a handle of the footy. It wasn't the best hand pass. It was at his bootlaces. Maggie's trying to get it out the back. Kick forward. And then a mark dropped that should have been taken there by Big Power. And once again, Pint come away with it, but chopped off by the Maggies. They go inside the forward 50. Haven't done that too often this quarter, and Ma takes an uncontested mark, and here they go back down the corridor.
Ma goes inside, that time to Pulmer. Pulmer in further inside, gets it out to a teammate in Shot. Shot goes across the face of goal. Outside the corridor, favouring the grandstand side. Still inside their defensive area. The Pointers now get back inside. Go to Ma. Ma. Handball's out. Picked up nicely. Goes to McKimmie. McKimmie kicks a long, long way forward. The handball was on then and he didn't play it. The first option was the handball and he ignored that. A little bit hungry. And Palmerston,
yeah, here he is again.
Palmerston Magpies will clear. Paholke gets it out. Series of handballs. And the Magpies have cleared it and cleared nicely up to the prop player Brandon McConnell, who's playing a very good game.
McConnell missed his target close to the boundary line and taken over by Mara. I think that is for Pint. So directly on centre wing. We've gone nearly 20 minutes, so nearly into time on. The first quarter here, the XC Arena, Pint home ground, playing their, will go into their first final of the season. Ruck set. Young, no, they didn't even contest there, the Maggies. Against McDonald. Coming through for the Magpies there was Lewis Smith. Young tracking this footy. He's definitely the go-to player, picked up by Gould. Gould goes long, looking for Justin Taylor, and he takes the mark. He's a good mark of the footy, Justin Taylor, and also a really good, accurate kick. I don't want to give him the commentator's curse. He'll absolutely...
He's a lump of a lad. If he gets in front, he can hold his ground, which he did then.
Since juniors, Butters, he's been a classy forward, and I really hope he can go back and kick this. It was his best mate that died a couple of weeks ago in the car accident, and
oh dear.
You know, so I hope Justin Taylor, JT as they call him, and he's got the legs on it. Well done, JT, and the Magpies have their first goal. They hit it when it's red time on, so 21 minutes in the first quarter. And well done, JT, but good work on centre wing here by the Magpies.
It certainly was going forward, the Maggies. They found some system, and the lump of a lad, as I called him, Justin Taylor, in front, and once he got the front position, they weren't going to move him out, but it's Pint, 3-2-20. They've had the majority of possession, but haven't made the most of it. Palmerston Magpies, not nearly the same, but their efficiency is pretty good. So 3-2-1-1, and despite the no time on the screen, it is just ticked into time on, in real time. Yeah,
about 21 and a half minutes, 22 minutes. So glad he kicked that goal. He told me he was going to kick a couple today, Butters. So we had a bit of a chat before my game and we're ribbing each other. He told me I wasn't going to get a touch today, and I told him he won't get a goal, so he's got his goal.
There's Young once again, kicks it forward. and the centre half-back, the mark, or the free kick.
Over the shoulder there, I think.
A little bit of everything.
He would have been all right if he just made a contest there, JT. He's hurt himself as well. Might play on quickly. Out on the far wing. Smythe has it. Good kick forward. Oh, lovely kick that was to Ryan, the captain. Asking his forwards to lead to him. Stephen Motlop goes down and put a bit of a block on. He did that perfectly as well. Gave his full forward a bit of room, and Jones couldn't take the mark though. Magpies under pressure once again. Koholke, geez, he's racked up about 15 possessions. Kick it to the other bloke that's had about 15 possessions as well, Tyson Young.
They've both got 2 ticks already, and it's not even quarter time.
Maggie's giving out the votes, so you can have them now, those two. Raffling them off. So at half-back, kick forward by Barrett. And I think, is that bounce out? No, it's gone out of bounds on the full. So Pint play on quickly. Oh, terrible kick.
Absolute painter and
Peach has
docker.
come sliding in as the siren goes to end the first quarter, Butters.
It is quarter time. Pint 3-2-20. Palmerston Magpies 1-1-7. Goal kickers to the first break. We've got Andrew Mead Harding, Sam Kelbfell and Benjamin Brett, and the goal kicker Justin Taylor for the Palmerston Magpies. So it is the Maggies. It is Pint leading by 13 points. We'll be back with a little bit more later on.
You know Territorians go a long way for one another. So it's good to know that with TIO Comprehensive Car Insurance, if you have an accident covered by your policy, we are here to help with the reasonable costs of towing, as well as your additional emergency accommodation and travelling expenses. And that goes a long way when you're away. Get a quote today. TIO, we're for Territorians.
Looking for a fun day out with your family or friends? Putt on over to Palmerston Mini Golf. With our beautifully landscaped course suitable for all ages, you'll have a blast playing mini golf here at Palmerston. We offer the perfect setting for kids' birthday parties, complete with special packages to make their day unforgettable. And if you're looking to have some fun with your mates, we have you covered too. Play during the day or under lights. We're open until 10 p.m.
And we'll see you around Palmerston Mini Golf.
Find us at the Palmerston Golf and Country Club.
So we're here on a Friday night for our NAB AFL Auskick, where we run a girls only option, and the kids are pumped, ready to rock and roll and have some fun with the footy.
We signed our daughter up for Auskick because her big brother did Auskick last year and she just loves it. I thought signing her up for a girls only group would be a great chance for her to kind of be with some friends in a comfortable environment.
The thing about a girls only team that I think Zoe really enjoys is that she gets to run around with like-minded girls. They get distracted, they do cartwheels, they hold hands, they sing. It just makes it a bit more of a fun experience.
I like Auskick because I get to play with my sister. We love Auskick!
A number of parents have asked if their daughter has to be in your girls group, and they don't. There will be some girls that will naturally just gravitate to brothers or cousins and join the boys group and have just as much fun if it were to be single sex. So yeah, there's definitely options there every Friday night.
My girls just love interacting with the other girls here. They love kicking a footy, they love learning the skills, and they love the hot dog at the end. I love joining in with my girls. I actually can't help myself, and I love to see the skills not only of my kids but of the other kids in their girls only group really developing over the clinic.
Evie just loves playing the games, learning new things. She'll be doing it then for the rest of the weekend, doing her favourite kicks, telling us how many goals she kicked on Friday night.
The best thing about Auskick is that it's really fun. It's lots of fun for them.
Yeah!
By Buffs, and Buffs over the top through Jared Stokes there, and Stokes gets it long inside forward 50. Coming at it is Stafford, but Stafford can't quite get it, but a teammate I can't quite see who that is. It's very glary out here today, and has kicked Buff's first goal for the game. And that looks like Coco Nicky.
He's in exactly the same spot, and he tried to sell candy again. He's hooked it on goal, Sam, and popped it through.
What a goal. He's just gone, I'll just play on while you're mucking around on that mark that I've set you on, and I'll bang it on the right boot and score back in deep inside Buff's forward 50. Archard first one there. Hutt just trying to push him under, and it's a quick snap on goal. Can't quite pick up who that was, but that takes Tar's second goal there.
And Campbell went over the top, but the umpire said play on. A chance here for Buffalo. Clever handball. He'll be goalless. He's going to run to an open goal and slam it through, and that was number 18, I reckon, Ishmael.
Tars are going to take that advantage, and if they're kicking in danger and pulling just goes short. Got caught behind was Magro, but a big quick snap off the side, and that looks like number 25 possibly. I didn't quite catch who that was, sorry. Did you catch who it was, Gray?
The Buffaloes are going in. There's a nice handball. No, he's grabbed two. Should be a shot here by Ryan Clark. No, he handballed it wide, and it's going to go through for a goal, I think. That's a very good goal. And that guy running back towards us with the blue boots is a goal kicker, I reckon.
Yeah, that's Abe Anchors there, and kick doesn't quite come off, and Yaron first there, but plays for that free kick, and he says no, and Ryan Clark's released Joel Willis, and Ryan Clark has released Lachlan Cassidy. Sorry, I better give you your credit where credit's due.
Welcome back. It is the start of the second quarter. It is point 3-2-20, Palmerston 117. It's the ultimate, the final minor round of the season. Certainly for Palmerston, not for Point, because they'll play finals next week. Back in the ruck, it's McDonald up against Page. McDonald probably won it by a fingernail. Page rucks, then roves. The big body gets the ball out, but it'll be Point that'll get the clearance. They go forward, off onto the left foot. Mead Harding kicks on goal, and I reckon he snagged that, depending. It was touched over the line, and it'll be well done, and Philip Wills will bring the ball back for the Maggies. So the clearance went, no, it's Hams. Hams has got the job. He'll swing onto the left foot, kicks it outside defensive 50, which is what he always does.
Good contest there by Point player.
Yeah, it was, and that player out there was McKimmie. McKimmie, second effort, very, very good. Gets it inside forward 50. So they started where they left off, and the big strong mark taken in the right forward pocket by Andrew Jones. Jones normally to chop out ruckman, but seems to have a permanent job up forward. Will kick on goal, certainly well within distance. It's the angle to the right of centre. Yeah, which will be the problem.
Hasn't had his kicking boots on of late. Jones probably missed more than what he's kicked. So we'll probably want to get that start up a bit, especially heading into finals. Goal umpire does not move, and there he is. He's got it. So he gets his first goal on the board.
And Point go to 4-3-27. Palmerston Magpies 1-1-7. We're just outside the first minute of the second term. So a good transition. They lost the ruck. Paish won the ruck, but it was certainly the clearance went to Point, and they did the business.
Yeah, good work at the footy there, and Magpies just looking for that clearing kick, but a really good effort for McKimmie out there just to get the contest 50, halve the contest 50-50, and it ended up being a turnover to Point. So Magpies I thought the defensive 6 for Magpies were really good in that first quarter, Butters, but you can only withstand so much with the ball coming down there. So their mids, we're getting Peach and the ruck is doing pretty well as well, but the Magpies need to really make the most of the clearances here and the domination. But in saying that, McDonald as well was such a good ruckman. Here they go again. So even contest there. Young tackled as he took the footy, so it wasn't coming out. I tell you what, I've seen a great ruck contest today in the women's competition. Ella Ward against Jazzy Hewitt, one of the best rucks. Those two going with each other today. It was absolutely great to watch. Here's Thomas Motlop tracking the footy. Didn't bounce kindly for him, but he gets it back now. Feeds the handball to a teammate. Running through, here's Mullane. Mullane kicks it up. Good, strong mark, and then that should be 50.
It was late, wasn't it?
Yep, no need for that, so it is 50. And Kyle Kirk will be taken to about the half forward, I reckon, about the top of the 50.
Look, it's just unnecessary. Just unnecessary because Palmerston are struggling anyway. But to give away silly 50-metre penalties, it was quite clear, late, and as you call it, Kyle Kirk to kick on goal, Natasha.
So Kirk looks pretty confident as well. Doesn't look like he's going to pass it off. Kirk will become the 5th goal scorer. It looks good. Has it got the legs? It does. So he's kicked his first. The second for this second quarter for Pint, and he becomes the 5th goal kicker for Pint.
Yeah, 5 goal kickers for the Pinters and 1 for the Palmerston Magpies, so no one's got a double as yet.
We've got a lot of background noise happening. It's actually Ladies' Day for the Pint Club here today, and they're actually shaving a bloke's head right next to us, about 5 metres away from us here, Butters. He's doing it for charity, so that's where all the crowds come from. The yelling and the cheering of women that you can hear is not for the football.
Minor premiers, aren't they, the Pint women?
Yeah, they are. So they'll have a rest next week.
As they prepare for back-to-back flags. Anyway, back in the middle, Pint. They'll play in their first men's Premier Grade final series. Palmerston Magpies wrap up for the season. Up they go once again. Dead heat in the middle, McDonald and Paish. Ball comes to Holt Fitz. Holt Fitz has been pretty busy. Normally we see him up forward. It looks like he might be playing on the ball. Stephen Motlop, we see him in defence. Ball knocked away from him. High tackle in there. And has it been paid? It has been paid. And Ashton Hams takes the free kick. Hams deep in defence for the Palmerston Magpies.
Yeah, he's the general back there, isn't he?
My word, he is.
They've missed him the last couple of games that he hasn't played. Lewis Smith.
Lewis Smith gets it, goes into the corridor, kicks it forward. Mark missed by Paholke. That's the first mistake. Grabbed by the leg. A free kick should have been paid. Wasn't paid. Back they go. Palmerston Magpies. Was that Such Taylor there?
Yeah, it was. He's back on.
So he's back on. That's good news for him. And Thomas Motlop, who's had a mountain of possession, gets it out to O'Connor, to McDonald, and McDonald takes the mark on the wing.
McDonald kicks it up the wing. Mark taken out there by McKimmie. Looking inboard. Capfell in the corridor. And that's where he's looking, is in the corridor, but goes down to a one-on-one contest. Ryan couldn't take the mark. And the umpire said no, free kick. So Motlop's no. Silver Yusuf is screaming for it. He kicks it over his head.
Parry hung on to, I reckon, back there, so a free kick in defence, Palmerston Magpies. Gee, they're working overtime, but holding up pretty well. It's just a matter of the fact that they've got another two and almost 3 quarters to hold up.
A lot of green ants getting back there, aren't they, in the forward line? So Hamsey with the kick out, goes long. He couldn't take the mark. Trying to shepherd, allow Wilsey to get it. He couldn't get it, and it goes over the boundary line for a boundary throw. And centre wing, far side of the ground here, Butters.
Far side of the ground, too far for me to see, so I'll use the monitor, Natasha.
6 minutes gone in the second quarter.
Ball to be tossed in by the boundary umpire. It'll be McDonald and Peach. McDonald, both undersized ruckmen, but Peach got the bigger body and has done very well. In they come, probably Peach in front, won the tap. Ball comes to the Palmerston Magpies. They've got to get the clearance. Somehow they've got to get the clearance. Paholke's in there. Nose over the footy, which it normally is. There's Paholke once again. Gets the ball out by hand. Goes to Wills. Wills to Hams. Hams goes forward and a nice mark taken. Still in defensive 50. And the ball now comes out this time to Lewis Smith. Lewis Smith goes forward. The kick gee whiz, it's just pretty ordinary. They just keep turning the ball. Not turning the ball over necessarily, but that was out of bounds on the full, and the point is to bring the ball back.
The first quarter was a lot cleaner, wasn't it, for the Magpies? This quarter, it's sort of a few more clangers appearing, which not good news for the Maggies, because they did have a very good first quarter to start against Pint. So Pint once again kick it to half forward, picked up by Brett. Brett's taken to ground.
Good tackle. It was a pretty poor effort to get rid of the football.
Yeah, there was no real attempt there, was there?
No.
So the umpire's going to ball it up.
No prior opportunities, probably saying.
Stephen Motlop's hanging around there at the stoppage. The ball comes out, but they're just set up behind a kick behind play. Ma takes the mark. Handballs to a player through the midfield. Kicks it long to a contest. And ball comes... No, it's a mark. That's a good mark taken back there. Was that...
Yep. Strong.
Is that Pow? No.
It's Hams.
It's Hams.
Got up.
The smallest player, and he took a pack mark pretty much.
Courage. Just pure, unadulterated courage. A series of handballs. The Maggies, they've got to work the ball out. They do. They switch across the face of goal. Dangerous. The Pint players lurking, head down. High tackle in there. No. Got rid of the football, Palmerston Magpie. And what's he going to say, the field umpire? Probably says illegal disposal. Or was he hung on to after he did dispose of it legally? No, it wasn't. Goes out to Holt Fitz. Holt Fitz kicks on goal, across his body. And the Palmerston Magpie defenders, they're going to have to claim overtime money because they are working overtime. Again, they defend.
So Wilsey kicks it forward, but a good sliding mark taken there by Ethan Smith for Pint. Looking to switch the play once again, and they do that. Smythe goes further afield, but asking a bit of his teammate there. Joey Thompson, of course, ex-Magpie player. His dad was a president at one stage.
Ah, that's the Thompson. That's where it fits in.
Yep,
okay.
That's where... been told at quarter time that Shannon's resting a couple of players, so there's a few Div 1 boys that have come in to play today. Joey Thompson is one of them, and I believe Thomas Motlop is another as well. So Maggie's here working enormously under...
Hams paid the advantage.
And he runs. He's got no one to kick to. Now the lead's on by Churchy. So Churchy, Roderick Church, playing a long time. Goes back to Hams. Hams has Tyson Young. So they're looking to switch. Poholke, it was a poor kick to him. We had to take it on the bounce. Through the corridor here, the Maggies. It gets over the back, but they've got no forwards there. Justin Taylor breaks through the shepherd, and he couldn't gather the footy. And Pint with the rebound here, and Thomas Motlop has the footy.
He does too, and Holt Fitz certainly playing midfield and certainly down back. Normally we see him across deep in the forward pocket. Gets it out to Smythe. Smythe sells the dummy, goes on the left foot, kicks it inside, and the mark was taken. Just taken that time by Embleton. The chop out ruckman, Embleton. Too far out to score, 2 and a bit kicks out. So he is too far out to score. Up they go for the mark taken, and a strong mark and a courageous mark that time taken by Tate Barrett. Barrett goes inside, picks up a teammate in there in Levi Grigg. Hasn't had much of the footy, Grigg. Kicks across the ground. Pint will get the clearance. Good contest by those two players. Looks like Pahog. No, it's not. That time it's McKimmie wants it. No, it's...
and he's dropped the mark
Lewis
there.
Smith, yeah.
McConnell, that he should have taken, has given it back to the player that he got it from, and he kicks a goal. Well done there Lewis Smith. So Lewis Smith kicks the second goal for the Magpies in this game. Their first for this quarter. And good build-up play here. Really good, strong work just in front of us here where we're set up for the commentating here, Butters. But, they had to work hard for that, the Maggies.
Look, they did, and they did it nicely. They just didn't give up. I've seen them in the last 3 or 4 rounds, and they just haven't been able to finish. That time was a nice finish that time in the ruck. Perry Lewis, who had the ball certainly on the wing somewhere, ran forward, and was rewarded and kicked the goal.
Ben Price has been the standing coach since... Joshy Heath, of course,
got the flick.
Yeah, got the flick. But he's done a really good job at training. They're upbeat, they're positive. Our women's team had a bit of a run against them on Thursday, and they're trying new things. Like they haven't given up and thrown the towel in when they could have. So the positive things. I guess you got to take positives out of this game, especially to take into next season. As they won the tap there, Grigg was taken with the footy, tried to spin out of a tackle. Umpire said he got the handball away. Chain of handballs just didn't hit the target Poholke. No, that's not Poholke running for the footy. That's Dick, Jaden Dick. And the ball goes over. So well done, Jaden Dick.
Second effort was good. That's what we're looking for, the second effort for the Palmerston Magpies. And that's not being patronising, but that hasn't been obvious in the pretty much throughout the season. Ball to be tossed in by the boundary umpire on the wing.
Just those little extra efforts, eh, Butters?
Correct.
Make a difference.
Page at the back. Pint have the football under pressure.
Oh, took it just out there. The umpire was in a beautiful position. I was just watching off screen there, and he took it out, but there's a bit of how you going again on the boundary there, Butters. I'll keep an eye on that. Yeah, they call it the 1%ers in footy. You don't get the stats for 1%ers, but no. I tell you what, it's the most important thing in team footy is the 1%ers.
The teammates recognise that. The coach recognises that, as does the match committee. Ball tossed in by the boundary umpire. Pint in their forward line, over the back, picked up, got to dispose of the football, does dispose of the football. And this man's been very, very busy as Lewis Smith. Kicked a goal, goes forward, and Harry Marr on the ground.
So Churchy's just let him know that he was behind him there, so a bit of a...
The elder statesman of NTFL football, isn't he?
The thing is here is that Magpies don't play next week. Pint do, so they need to make sure they don't get caught into any of this play and get themselves reported.
Harrison Marr goes across the face of goal, gets to Thomas Motlop. Motlop, who retired halfway through the season, 1 bounce, 2 bounces, being chased down that time by Michael Chubb. Motlop got away. His disposal is pretty good, Motlop, isn't it? In fact, it's immaculate. It's been so far this match.
Oh,
he was off.
He's silky. He's silky.
Play on, the umpire should have called play on. Over the back, Kelpfell kicked a goal in the first term. Gets it inside. Harrison Marr. Marr has a player in there, leading. Ignored him, Angus Dundon. Back to Thomas Motlop. Had a good game. Mountain of possession. I'm not sure how many. He's probably kicked it out of bounds on the full. So there's the silky kicking skills of Thomas Motlop out on the full.
We pumped him up and then he let us down. No, Thomas. No, classy player. Has been his whole career, hasn't he?
Certainly has.
Thomas Motlop. So the Maggies with an opportunity. Just need to use the footy well. Willsey, the captain, brought absolute beautiful and amazing leadership over to the Magpies.
Certainly has done
that. So looking to switch it around here, the Maggies. So Jaden Dick
mucking around a little bit.
Yeah.
I suppose Hams demands the football and they're a bit reluctant not to kick it to him.
If he's by himself, I'd give it to him as well. I mean, he's a good user.
He went a long way back, though.
He's a good user of the footy. There he is. Just makes a good decision. Poholke. Been a bit more quiet this quarter. Again, not much movement here, so they need to put a bit of a block on to let someone get the footy. So there they go back, which is a good thing here, Butters, as well, is that they're not turning over the footy.
Well, it's the skill. All we need is a skill error and pointer away. That's the problem.
So here's Hamsey again. So he's moved to the middle of the ground. Greg just gets the mark before Cabfeld put the pressure on. Ignores the lead by Such Taylor. Ignores the lead by Justin Taylor. So they all have to double back now. Couldn't take the mark there. So in the end, they had to go to a one-on-one contest and the ball went over the boundary line. So running up at that footy was Cooper Gould. Just couldn't take the mark. And we've got a boundary throw-in on centre wing.
Jacob Maloney chasing the ball over 15 and a half minutes in. Pint 5-3-33. 20-point leaders, Palmerston Magpies 2-1-13. Pint somehow get the ball forward. Ball in dispute, but the Magpie defence has just closed ranks. We should have a player count down there. Picked up Pint, kick on goal, and out of the blue, nothing happened, but the mark was taken deep in the forward pocket.
Jones?
Yeah, right forward pocket, and the big man Jones, Andrew Jones, has taken the mark. Jones has a goal in this term. We see him normally as McDonald chop-out ruckman. They found a position for him up forward, and Stephen Motlop hasn't been as effective up forward, but Thomas Motlop, his man down back, has been very good. So Andrew Jones kicks on goal directly in front, could not possibly miss, and doesn't. So Andrew Jones is the only multiple goal kicker of the game so far. He has 2, both in this term, and Pint cruised to 6-3-39. Palmerston Magpies 2-1-13. 16 coming up 17 minutes into Q2.
Yeah, just as you said, Magpies had about what was it, probably about 6 marks, uncontested marks, just keeping possession of the footy. But when they had to kick it to a one-on-one, it was the turnover by PINT stoppage with a boundary throw-in, and then they just went forward too easily there. So Maggies are just hanging in there, Butters.
Yeah.
They definitely need the next goal, otherwise the floodgates could open up here, as we just see.
They've had as much possession,
They
I reckon, as the Pointers, but unfortunately they're under pressure deep in defence when they get the footy.
Lewis Smith has gone forward now. So that handball come out. Somehow the umpire said it did. Such Taylor kicks it off the ground. Teammate there in Banks. Banks went without it. Here's Thomas Motlop, just read the ball. They'll give it back to him. Yep, here he is now. Gets the handball back, running through the corridor. That comes off the side of his boot. So his last 2 kicks have been absolute shockers here, Thomas Motlop.
Out of bounds on the full, both of them. I hope he watches this replay.
Oh, Thomas, as he jogs his way back to half back there. I think that one may have bounced.
Yeah, it looked
just
like it did.
In,
I
yeah,
think the boundary umpire's looking after him, I think. Not that we can see because of the curve of the ground, as we can see on the screen. Tossed in by the boundary umpire. Power in the ruck, got his big body. So Power and Paish have done all right in the ruck by virtue of their size of their bodies. Ball over the back. Point. So they've got to keep the ball in. The busy Harry McKimmie around the football. And it's out of bounds once again on the wing. No favour to any team yet, so it'll be Power and probably McDonald once again in the ruck. McDonald's been a real powerhouse for the Pointers all season, hasn't he?
Oh,
He's been very good.
And was rewarded with the NT rep team.
Yeah, and deservedly so.
Yeah,
Yep,
100%.
So there he goes, but it was big pace that time, so he's up against it in terms of size. Running around nicely. That time once again was Lewis Smith. He's been busy, taken over from Paholke and Young, who started the game off so well. It's been Lewis Smith since then. Such Taylor, we see him there with the blonde hair, and he went off with looked like a serious head injury, but he's obviously passed all the concussion tests and all those sorts of things that they do in this day and age. But the Pointers off half back go forward, and there's such, oh goodness gracious, in the back there, and number 16 again, he's been in the play, hasn't he, Lewis Smith? Very good to him.
Yeah, he worked hard for that.
Paholke offers, he ignores him. Looking around with the 3 stripes. As I said earlier, I like their jersey, their Guernsey, even though it's not the traditional black and white stripes the Magpies have. Wills has been good, cleverly out the back. That looks like it's close to the boundary line, but it's kept inside. Well done. Palmerston on the attack again. Go to right half forward, and a nice mark taken by the big man. Has kicked a goal, kicked one in that first term. And Justin Taylor, probably on his distance, Natasha.
Oh, right behind him, JT here. So he's going to hear me. Let's go, JT, you got this.
Justin Taylor has a goal, 1 in the first. Let's see if he can get 1 in the second. Keep Palmerston Magpies in touch. No pressure. Thomas Motlop on the mark. Kicks, it's coming around, but just not enough. Just not enough late outswing. And it's the minus score, so the Maggies go to 2-3, or is that 2-2-14, trailing the Pointers 6-3-39. Point to bring the ball back. What's on offer? A few leads, half leads. One out wide, that time by Dundon. Ignores him, goes in Dundon's direction. Runs his full measure after the bounce. Kicks on the left foot. Motlop over the back, that time Stephen Motlop eases his opponent under the football, which is Levi Grigg, and the ball is out of bounds a long way from the defensive area of the Pointers. Boundary umpire to toss the ball in. McDonald, Paish, Young lurking. Paish works his way to the front. McDonald, in fact, gets the front. Rucks, then roves, taps out. Cleverly done. Handball, which probably wasn't on, but nonetheless they got the clearance, and Holt Fitz has been busy. Holt Fitz playing a new role, in my view. Maybe the wing, maybe the midfield.
Yep.
Holt Fitz goes across the face of goal.
Smar. Again, goes down the corridor. Poor kick to Joey Thompson there. Here's Lewis Smith. Picks it up. Someone's got to get there and help him.
Been good, hasn't he, Lewis Smith?
He has been. Good body work there. That's what Magpies need, just to lift their teammates. Mavros can't pick it up, pushed onto the footy. Just needs to create a stoppage there. Capfeld's there as well.
Yeah,
Again,
well,
there's a scuffle off the play. And you can hear the crowd whenever there's a scuffle. So the umpire just going to toss it up. So Maggies is there with the ruck. No ruck because no one else nominated, and he tapped it to the advantage of the PINT defender because Magpies were still involved with the scuffle. The boys needed to keep an eye on the footy. Good strong work, Capfell. Clearing kick from the defensive 50. That's a no mark wasn't paid. I thought that was a mark to Ryan.
Yeah, it looked like he might have done enough, didn't it?
Kick forward. Big Ben Power takes the mark. Looks to give the handball. Terrible handball to Greg. Greg regathers on the left. Couldn't take the mark there. Maggies and Gould. It's in the goal square, and Thomas Motlop with experience.
Under enough pressure to tap the ball
fumbled it twice, so it was a professional fumbles there by Thomas Motlop, and he'll have the kick-out duties.
And he has too. In fact, Motlop will go short. Goes to Holt Fitz. Holt Fitz, another short one. Still inside defensive 50. Does it and does it nicely. Shot. Switches. Outside. Mullane. Backwards. Motlop. That's Thomas. Don't see Brody Motlop out there today.
No, he didn't play last week either.
Okay.
I think he
back to Mullane.
Might be down University, maybe. I think down south.
It's likely, isn't it? Because that would have got underway. Mullane this time bangs it forward as he does up the grandstand wing. No mark taken. Big pace in there. There's our man Lewis Smith, who's had a fantastic quarter, has Perry Lewis Smith, and Palmerston held their own that time.
Yep.
Palmerston trailed by 13 points at quarter time. They now trail by a little bit more than that. It's 24 points, but PINT 6-3-39. Palmerston Magpies 2-3-15. The only multiple goal scorer, Big Andrew Jones for the Pinters. He has 2. All the rest single goal kickers. 2-3-15 to Palmerston. PINT 6-3-39. It is half time, and we'll be back after the break.
You know Territorians go a long way for one another. So it's good to know that with TIO Comprehensive Car Insurance, if you have an accident covered by your policy, we are here to help with the reasonable costs of towing, as well as your additional emergency accommodation and travelling expenses. And that goes a long way when you're away. Get a quote today. TIO, we're for Territorians.
Looking for a fun day out with your family or friends? Putt on over to Palmerston Mini Golf. With our beautifully landscaped course suitable for all ages, you'll have a blast playing mini golf here at Palmerston. We offer the perfect setting for kids' birthday parties, complete with special packages to make their day unforgettable. And if you're looking to have some fun with your mates, we have you covered too. Play during the day or under lights. We're open until 10 p.m.
And we'll see you around Palmerston Mini Golf.
Find us at the Palmerston Golf and Country Club.
So we're here on a Friday night for our NAB AFL Oz Kick, where we run a girls only option, and the kids are pumped, ready to rock and roll and have some fun with the footies.
We signed our daughter up for Oz Kick because her big brother did Oz Kick last year and she just loves it. I thought signing her up for a girls only group would be a great chance for her to kind of be with some friends in a comfortable environment.
The thing about a girls only team that I think Zoe really enjoys is that she gets to run around with like-minded girls. They get distracted, they do cartwheels, they hold hands, they sing. It just makes it a bit more of a fun experience.
I like Ozkick because I get to play with my sister. We love Ozkick!
A number of parents have asked if their daughter has to be in your girls group, and they don't. There will be some girls that will naturally just gravitate to brothers or cousins and join the boys group and have just as much fun if it were to be single sex. So yeah, there's definitely options there every Friday night.
My girls just love interacting with the other girls here. They love kicking a footy, they love learning the skills, and they love the hot dog at the end. I love joining in with my girls. I actually can't help myself, and I love to see the skills not only of my kids but of the other kids in their girls only group really developing over the clinic.
Evie just loves playing the games, learning new things. She'll be doing it then for the rest of the weekend, doing her favourite kicks, telling us how many goals she kicked on Friday night.
The best thing about Auskick is that it's really fun. It's lots of fun for them.
By Buffs, and Buffs over the top through Jared Stokes there, and Stokes gets it long inside forward 50. Coming at it is Stafford, but Stafford can't quite get it, but a teammate I can't quite see who that is. It's very glary out here today, and has kicked Buff's first goal for the game. And that looks like Coco Nicky.
He's in exactly the same spot, and he tried to sell candy again. He's hooked it on goal, Sam, and popped it through.
What a goal. He's just gone, I'll just play on while you're mucking around on that mark that I've set you on, and I'll bang it on the right boot and score back in deep inside Buff's forward 50. Archered first one there. Hutt just trying to push him under, and it's a quick snap on goal. Can't quite pick up who that was, but that takes Tar's second goal there.
And Campbell went over the top, but the umpire said play on. A chance here for Buffalo. Clever handball. It'll be a goalless. He's going to run to an open goal and slam it through, and that was number 18, I reckon, Ishmael.
Tars are going to take that advantage, and if they're kicking in danger and pulling just goes short. Got caught behind was Magro, but a big quick snap off the side, and that looks like number 25 possibly. I didn't quite catch who that was, sorry. Did you catch who it was, Gray?
The Buffaloes are going in. There's a nice handball. Now he's grabbed two. Should be a shot here by Ryan Clark. Now we handballed it wide, and it's going to go through for a goal, I think. That's a very good goal. And that guy running back towards us with the blue boots is a goal kicker, I reckon.
Yeah, that's Abe Anchors there, and kick doesn't quite come off, and Yaron first there, but plays for that free kick, and he says no, and Ryan Clark's released Joel Hillis, and Ryan Clark has released Lachlan Cassidy. Sorry, I better give you your credit where credit's due. To Darcy Sketcher, and Sketcher just goes long to a contest. He got Ishmael Palmer over there with the big spoil, but off the deck through the middle of the sticks. Kyle McBean, thank you very much. Lovely soccer kick off the deck by McBean there. And that
no, it's not. Still in contest. Here's a chance for Waratahs. Hillis running into an open goal. He's going to handball. He is. Left it a bit late though. Ooh, they're going to get away with this. Left foot snap by Carolo. Plenty of poise there from the former skipper.
And follows up his work in the middle, and a short kick finds Tommy Spence. He's been in the back line all day. Can he kick Tar's first goal? And he does. He'll be stoked for that, and that gives them the lead in the first 20 seconds of this quarter.
Might get it now. Buffaloes will get it out. They go forward, looking for Big Stafford. He's behind. He's tapped it cleverly though over the back to
Coco Nicky there.
Coco was it, or Ishmael? It was Coco, and he's kicked a goal. A magnificent goal, very similar to the first goal they kicked in the game.
Sure is. So Wilkins versus Stafford in the ruck. Clark can't quite pick it up, and Campbell goes boom on the left. Can he kick his goal and put Buffaloes ahead? He can, straight out the pack. And he does, and I'm sure they're celebrating out there. But running through slightly high, but Anchors, he's going to get it. Can he put his team in front? He's running in, and he's kicked it. And that's put Tars back in front, taking the lead by 3 points, and Anchors a match winner, I would say. And he's just going at the footy Maronis there, and that's the siren. So Waratahs take the chocolates, 19 goals, 17, 131 against Darwin Buffaloes, 18 goals, 12, 120. And Gray, what an absolute tight tussle all game. And
he's popped it high, looking for an option, but just turned over. Anderson again, beautifully picked up. Snap on the left boot. It's drifting. Oh, he's better on it with a bit of a snap, I reckon, than a set shot.
Right.
Fantastic.
Absolutely. Goal kicker from moments ago was a quick kick forward by Moody. Goes down to a one-on-one at full forward. Nicely trapped by his brother Moody, who swings it around. Jay Moody it was. And he kicks a nice goal there. Yeah, had about 3 grabs at it, but clearly he was the only one that touched the ball as Moody just drifts across the front of the pack, gets his legs taken out, but now a quick kick forward again. I think this is another goal. It is. And it's another Nightcliff goal, and they've banged on 3 in pretty quick time. Plenty of space out there was Kane Davidson. hands off to Anderson, who came running from behind. Anderson kicks long towards goal. Goal umpire doesn't move much at all, and Jed Anderson has got his second goal on the board. Umpire standing behind, making sure he doesn't get off the line of his kick. He kicks long towards goal. The kick looks pretty good. As it got there, it's gone right to the line. I think that might have got over. It has gone over. So another Nightcliff goal that's just centimetres over the line.
Ball goes high. White Ryan gets a hand to it. Looks like it's come off the boot of Cockatoo. Stanley Waistcoat just skips over the top of him. Snap off the boot. Has he got it? Just gone. You can see a punter in the crowd there's just been nearly absolutely falconed.
In front, gets it down. Cockatoo got his hands to it. Back to Ryan, who throws it on the left boot, kicks long. Dennis gets his hands to the ball. Couldn't take the mark. It spills to Barry at ground level. I think he's got one under the legs of everyone else. And that's a terrific goal. Dylan Barry that time.
Offensive work there by Districts, and it's Adrian Scott doing what he can against a sea of crocodiles, but Philo with a snap over the top from behind. The umpire with a very impressive view style goes, yep, that is all yours. Beautifully done there from Philo to read that. And manages to get that one into a little bit of space. No one cleared, picked that one up yet, but it is an opportunity here to go bang. Will it drift around? Yes, it does. What a fantastic moment there for Dylan Barry, and it gets him on the board yet again. It's
short of Schwartz, but he's able to get it back to Ross, who's swung in the tackle and gets a kick forward, and the mark's taken. Barry it was that took the mark, wasted no time, got around the players who were a little bit asleep around him and banged it on the boot, and he's kicked his fourth goal for the game. He's
zone for the Crocs that'll have to try and clean this one up, which they do, but Nightcliff too good with a snap that goes high over the top. Has it gone through? Yes, it has, and it's Moody. Into the 50, goes high, no one with the clear mark under pressure. You can see it's Brander. Hand pass finds Cockatoo. Cockatoo, snap over the top.
I think it's good.
Has it gone through? Umpire says yes.
Scrambling defence from Districts now as the hand pass comes out to Palmer. Palmer chips looking for Waistcoat, and the siren goes to end the game, and you can see that players are exhausted.
Absolutely.
Every one of them out there. It's been a grueling contest, but Nightcliff just 10-point winners, but to me just seem to have control of the game for most of the day, Tara.
Cantilla. Cantilla got up high from behind, but picked up and snapped on goal. And the first goal of the game goes to Benjamin Brett. And a good goal that was, well read off the ruckman. Hit out here by Brendan Cantilla. Thompson tracking it. Well done. Warwick Williams shoved the tackler. And he's kicked it. Warwick Williams happy with himself as well. Loves kicking a goal, Warwick Williams. See him play up forward a lot for Pints this season. Gives it back to Murray, gives it back to Simpson. He was under enormous pressure, so Pint here applying the pressure, and that is a beautiful snap, and that was kicked by Lee Peters, I think that was, or no, number 2, Andrew Mead Harding. They've got all the players here. Look, 2 can rattle that off.
Got numbers everywhere.
Yeah, picked up by Hallmark. Hallmark can have a shot on goal, and it's got the legs, and he's kicked it, so he's got his first.
So I think that's the ambition of the Green Ants.
And more importantly, as we just watch this
first
go.
1%ers, yeah.
Taggart, and he's kicked the goal, so he's on the goal scorers list now. So Rory Taggart kicks it. Target take it a little bit high there. The umpire gave the benefit of the doubt. Poor Jimmy, steps around one. This is the X factor that I love about the young kid, and he's kicked it. The Dyer's poor Jimmy has kicked his first goal, and the Tiwi Bombers were rewarded with their second goal. Well done, young fella. On the foot would be a free kick. Too easy, Taggart, and he's got his second. Just too easy there.
Very simple, isn't it?
Yeah, look at him. He's got good size to him too. Looks pretty strong there. Sit out, does the team thing, and Silver Yusuf will pick it up. And a brilliant tackle by Kurt Dunn. But somehow Silver Yusuf still managed to get the kick away. Even though he was on the ground, I thought it should have been holding the footy, but...
One for the all clear, no, it's been given. Mucking around a bit though, Pint. They're starting to overuse it. They don't like to throw.
Here's Brett. Empty goal square, and it bounces through. So Benjamin Brett, he gets himself on the scorers list.
Scored it, Teth. I've kicked 7 already.
Oh, Silver Yusuf was up high. Here's Motlop. This time he makes sure of it. Stephen Motlop gets his first. And that's a beautiful mark taken there by Rory Taggart. And here's Silver Yusuf will run in and kick his third goal. So Yusuf, welcome back to the Pint colours. So Motlop won't be too impressed with that third quarter effort, I wouldn't feel.
Sloppy. Here's a goal though.
So Taggart, is that? No, that's not. That's Mead. Harding, I reckon, has kicked that. Yeah, he has. So games that he has played, he'd get close to nearly best on ground each one. He's gone the torpedo. Geez, I'll tell you what, he's done a good effort. Oh, it's over the line. He's kicked it from 60 odd metres out, the young fella. Carlson Cantilla, bow to the crowd. That is a beautiful goal. We've done pretty well back there as well. Thompson coming through and been happy with his game as well. This just hangs in the air. Potts has to compete. And he sneaks it in there. That's Taggart. So he's kicked his 5th. What is
Roy Rogers' days.
Very strong build as the siren goes to end this game, but can he kick his 5th? And he can. The goal umpire does not move. Taggart has 5 goals. Pint have kicked 19 goals, 17, 131. Nearly 100-point win here to Pint.
The handle. St Mary's have the footy now, favouring the corridor. Get it inside. Paredes has a bounce after 2 paces. Paredes runs to 50, kicks on goal, won't make the distance. Over the back, Calder. Can this be number 1 of his 13? Up from where he takes the mark to the middle of the goal line. He runs around onto his non-preferred left, and Calder has won the first goal of the game. Took him 7 minutes 22 seconds, but he got it. System working, a series of handballs. Out it goes wide to Joel Garner. Garner off the and then running in to an open goal, and there's the goal. There's another one. Thomas Dewsbury got a goal for St Mary's. Boundary umpire once again got some work to do. Page Conway. Kick on goal. Oh, it's good. High tackle in there. It's a goal. Did you pick up that player, mate? A bit of pace is needed. Vallejo has the pace, kicks it inside cleverly, goes hard, very, very courageous, very, very hard. Vallejo gets it out beautifully, gets it to Lant, deserves a goal. The Lant has been given the goal, but certainly that was Xavier Vallejo, his goal all over. From Paredes, ignores him, goes inside, prefers Calder. Can Calder take the mark? No, he can't. Ball on the ground, in dispute. Will kick off the ground. He just got enough to it, just got enough of it, and Thomas Dewsbury kicks his 2nd for the game. Onto the non-preferred left. Oh. Welcome back. It is half time at DXC Arena, where the home team Pint, who are finals bound, playing Palmerston, and the Pinters lead by 24 points at the long break. They led by 13 points at quarter time. 6-3-39 to the Pinters. Palmerston 2-3-15, and Palmerston, I mean, they've had as much of the footy, Natasha Medbury, but it's all been down in their back half rather than up the forward line. But certainly the the Palmerston defence have been outstanding to hold Pint out.
Oh, 100%, and the 2 old guys that are holding them up down there as well, Hamsey and Philip Wills, getting a bit of work done just to keep those legs going for the second half. But I quickly spoke to the coach. He was impressed with the half that the performance that they put on, and sort of said, I mentioned about kicking the footy around, and and the aim is what we thought it was: keep possession of the footy, don't kick kick down the line. You know, if you got possession of the footy, then you're not chasing butts. So, he said, and then trying to free up someone along half forward, waiting for the opportunity of when they can, get off their player where a forward puts a block on and just gives that couple of metres for the other forward, to lead centre half forward there. So falling down a little bit at centre half forward, but they haven't let it get blown out, and let's just hope that the second half that they play like they have the first half.
Better players in my view for the Maggies. Tyson Young's been very good. Alexander Paish in the ruck, terrific, carrying on from last week where I thought he was nearly their best player. Philip Wills, as you mentioned, down back. Perry Lewis Smith's been good. Ashton Ham's down back, and Miles Paholke also down back. So it's their defensive half that have been very good, plus Page, and occasionally Power with a chop out in the ruck, and certainly some good players for the Pointers. Liam Holt Fitz playing a different role in the midfield. Thomas Motlop down back being very, very good. Motlop filling in for his cousin Stephen Motlop, who's playing up forward, not really having too much of an influence on the game.
Yeah, and nor is Silver Yusuf. He did last week, and I mean, with his speed and his agility up in the forward line, would have expected him to have a couple of goals on the board. So he started in the middle as well. So number 8 there, Silver Yusuf, they go forward. So Thomas Motlop's gone forward now. So here he is with Liam Holt Fitz.
He's switching them around, Shannon.
Yeah,
Motlop
Liam Holt Fitz just goes in and kicks it. 12 seconds that took for PINT to get their first goal of the third quarter. And Liam Holt Fitz, well done there, just stepped inside his opponent, absolutely burnt. Who was it? Jaden Dick there in the back line for the Maggies, and a good goal. What we expect from Liam Holt Fitz, but just as you spoke about in the first half, Butters, playing a different role, but he's gone back down forward for this third quarter.
And where is Stephen Motlop? Has he swapped with Thomas? You mentioned Thomas. We see Thomas.
Yep, half back.
Yeah, so it was just a little bit of an experiment for next week playing finals, and you don't want to overdo it because the winning formula has been set for the Pointers, and I suppose they're just tweaking it a little bit, certainly with Thomas Motlop coming in, and Thomas has probably done enough to warrant a game next week.
Yeah, and Big Jones, he's kicked 2 goals in the second quarter, but really haven't had another big target down there.
Have not. McDonald won the tap. There's Hams running around, swings onto the left foot. Everyone in the world knows he's a left foot and he'll swing onto his left foot, kicks it forward, but there's no one down there to take the mark. Running hard after the football. Well done that time by Cooper Gould. Gould gets it out, gets it back. Gould kicks on goal. Whoa! An absolute painter and docker off the outside of the boot, and a minor score. Stephen Motlop back in defence where he's comfortable.
Yeah, McDonald's calling it out this side, Butters. So we have a bounce, and that's where I reckon he's going to try and go to. Yep. McDonald tries to take a hanger. Got both hands in the back of his opponent there and didn't take the mark. Sometimes that can be called as in the back.
Yeah.
But the
particularly
umpire,
if it's unrealistic, and that looked a little bit unrealistic, but nonetheless, the umpires have done a good job.
Yeah, they have. So boundary throw in centre wing. Now, the last time they had a boundary throwing in the second quarter from here, PINT actually got a goal from it. So Magpies need to be awake for that. Hamsey, handball. Oh, Magpies, I thought he was going to kick the wrong way there, Butters, but fooled everyone. It's it back. Oh, it's going to be turned over. No, Maggies still have possession. So Jaden Dick, he's dropped it. Liam Holt Fitz has had an impact already in this third quarter. Thomas Motlop in front of Wilsey. They were teammates at one stage, weren't they? And that's another poor kick by Thomas Motlop into the corridors. Or these last
that was a shocker.
These last 3 kicks, but PINT with a snap just misses to the far side. I think that was Cabfeld that had a snap then.
Ball to be brought back into play. There's a false siren. That siren's coming from all the way from Marara, I imagine.
Yeah, in our game, some of the girls actually stopped when they heard that.
Yeah, Paholke looking for options. Goes short. Finds Dick, who's been okay. Back to Paholke. Racking up the possession. The old 1-2, Natasha Medbury. Paholke this time has something upfield and he goes for it. Nicely done. Philip Wills, been okay.
Yeah, so Paholke was on the Adelaide Crows list. Played 14 games for them, kicked 5 goals. Was on their list from 2017 to 2020.
Gee, that's a fair while ago. But nonetheless, picked up by the Maggies. Kick on goal and...
No one's there. How's it going to bounce?
Rolling. Oh. Stephen Motlop does the job. He needs another wheat bix for breakfast, that man. Out to McDonald. McDonald found space. Goes into the corridor. Terrible kick. Magpies in again. This time Paholke. Gee, I like the way he plays. He goes forward.
Oh, good contest there by Gould.
Over the top, point defence under pressure. Motlop waiting for it. And Justin Taylor kicks on goal and kicks out of bounds. Not on the full again, he bounced it out. And so the Maggies have it left full forward for them. And methinks there's some black and white stuff in the sky. Maybe.
Yeah, they'll set here. Prime opportunity to get their first goal of this third quarter. Oh, hit it out to Lewis Smith. Does he dribble it through? This time he's got it, I reckon. Perry Lewis Smith has kicked his second. So he kicked one in the second quarter. Well done. We won't see the replay, but he did that quite well. Stephen Motlop tried to get a fingernail to it, but this time he wasn't able to.
Big Power won the tap and got it out so nicely. So Power and Paish probably taken the honours between them in the ruck over Connor McDonald, who's been very good, probably around the ground. McDonald has done his best work, and Emblem, the chop-out ruckman for the Pointers. But Power and Paish have done very well in the ruck.
Yeah, well worked there to the Maggies. So still just hanging in there, the Magpies. 24 points the difference. We've gone 5 minutes in this third. Sun slowly setting here. Always a nice evening view here. Umpire tosses it up now. McDonald. Here is Yusuf. Has a bounce. Looks up now. Just puts it up for Jones to run at. He did. He made a contest. Hoki got in there as well. Made him work for it. Thomas Motlop has it. Has a shot on goal.
He's kicked it out of his backside.
No, and it's been a throw. So against Jones there. So the point does not count. The umpires explained to him you did not handball. So Willsey has the free kick here for Palmerston.
Philip Wills deep in defence. Goes short. Has to be precise. Is precise. Picks up Young. Still inside defensive 50. Young heard the voice. Waiting. Kicks wide. Outside defensive 50. The man over there. But over the back, McDonald. I reckon he's done his best work around the ground. In the ruck, Paish and Power have probably taken the honours. And Big Paish lifts himself off and will take on McDonald. And the ball at right half forward. Point. Deep in their attacking area.
Yeah, watch Liam Holt fits around this contest. Well done, McDonald.
Yeah, not easy. Did it well, didn't he? Power out the back.
Oh, hand over the shoulder there. Big Peach, good smother. Hamsy's calling for the footy. Peach goes to ground. Liam Holt fits. Goes in hard. Oh, well done. Young breaks the pack. But Rick Church got caught behind but made a contest. Pint with the numbers. Stephen Motlop gets back there. Just toes it to himself. Clever. Regathers. Then he'll get the footy back. They hit it to him now. He's under pressure. Handball given off. Quick kick forward. Greg, how does it bounce? He attacked the footy. That's what he needed to do. Now he needs to gather. And he's wrapped up. Tries to shake the tackle. And Cab fell.
No prior, I reckon.
100% there. Well done to the umpire. But good attack on the footy by Greg. If he stayed back and let that ball bounce towards him, Pint would have taken it away.
Gonski. Big Paish in front.
I wasn't happy with that throw up.
Well, that's the first time I've seen that. I can see, they've recalled bounces but never recalled a throw up. Picked up Young. Young goes by hand, more in hope than in anything else. But Pint will clear. Defensively, they've been excellent. Pint. The mark not taken over the back, under pressure.
Yeah, good tackle by Brett.
Yeah, it was. But once again, there was no prior opportunity. Tackled as soon as he got the footy, and the umpires have been consistent in that respect.
Yeah, Tate Barrett been outstanding for the Maggies while he's played. Peach to Young. There's Young again, but I reckon this is just going to bounce within. Can't be given deliberate. And going to be a boundary throw in. So well done to the Maggies. They're working hard. Still only 4 goals in it. They can get the next one, Butters.
24 points as it was at half time.
So 8 minutes.
46 plays 22.
So Rucks, just Peach. McDonald tries to go toe-to-toe, then just shoves him out the way. Peach fell over. Then it comes out the back. The big ruckman dives on top of it now, and it's not coming out of that. What does the umpire? No, he says, give it to me. And toss it up again.
I've enjoyed the umpiring in that regard. No prior opportunity. Didn't have any chance. Peach, once again, gets the tap. Knocked it to his team's advantage. Young has got 2 to beat. Taken out of it.
Just over. But they gained probably about 20 metres there, the Maggies.
At least it was in the right direction. So the boundary umpire to toss the ball back in. Magpies left half forward in their area. Probably a kick and a half out. Good kick and a half out to be tossed in by the boundary umpire. Good contest here. Pace in front. Gets it out to Ham. Seems to be playing forward line. Probably can play anywhere, the general. Was that a high tackle or did he illegal disposal? Yep, high tackle. And so PINT in defence once again.
Yeah, McConnell there. Just a little bit of discipline tonight. Ill discipline by the Maggies.
Ethan Smith.
McConnell.
Across the face of goal. Another short kick inside defensive 50.
Oh, straight down the corridor.
And away they go.
Yeah, they're on here. Joey Thompson. He'll look inboard. No. Mead Harding was on there. Puts it to the big full forward. Comes to ground. Where's all the crummers? Oh, Thomas Motlop ran past the footy. Wilsey shovels it out the back. Paholke. Handballs over the top of Hams. Puts him under pressure. Young went without it. They're all the numbers here for PINT. In the corridor, steps around an opponent shot. And he was dumped by, and excuse the language there, but such Taylor there dumped. Shot when he kicked it. Should that be downfield, Butters, or am I...
Where the ball was at the time of the ball...
It was after he kicked it.
Well, then it should be downfield if it was after he kicked it. If it was as he kicked it, but if it was as he kicked it, then it's probably not even a free kick, is it? So if it was after he kicked it, then it's where the ball lands, and it didn't go through on the full, so it was where the ball landed. So Thomas shot to have another kick. I could have been smart there, and Thomas shot has another shot, but he has another kick. I won't. Shot directly in front. Distance shouldn't be an issue. Kicks. And look, it didn't deviate, did it? It did not deviate. Very, very good to him. And the pointers continue. Is this a good build-up for their finals? I mean, they're switching players around. We've had a Motlop here and a Motlop there, and a few players. Liam Holt-Fitz seems to be playing, well, started the game off probably midfield, probably wing. Now he's up forward where we normally expect him.
Yeah, I spoke about it last week. I was like, Shannon Motlop will be happy that the last two games, the teams that they're playing get them into finals with those wins. But last week, an easy win over Tiwi. And then also, they're not cruising through this game, but you'd probably want a bit of a harder hit out ready for your first final.
Yeah.
I feel.
And he knows what it's about. He's played in finals, he's coached finals, he's a premiership coach in country Victoria. Nice handball system. Kicks the way they go. Mark just the bare 15 to Young. Young has the footy. Backward of the centre. Kicks it forward. Goes nicely to who? To his mate Paholke. Paholke goes forward. Nicely. To who? To Hams. So it's the same old names, isn't it?
Oh,
Hams goes
kick.
forward. It was a very, very good kick.
It had to be pinpoint perfect there. There was 3 PINT defenders, and he hit his teammate on the chest there.
Declan Barnett. Now, Barnett is left of centre. Distance should not be an issue, Natasha. He needs to kick this to keep the Maggies in the contest. They're trailing by 5 goals, 30 points. Barnett runs in, kicks, and it looks like it's sliding off to the right-hand side. In fact, didn't quite make the distance. Out of bounds on the full. Yep, out of bounds on the full. So it did make the distance, but unfortunately it was askew.
Yeah, the breeze is still going slightly across the ground there, so needed to aim for the left goal post a little bit more there.
Benjamin Smythe gets it back. Motlop S has a bounce after a metre, has a bounce after 5 metres. Runs his full measure that time. Probably should have had another bounce then. Didn't get called. Ducked his head into the tackle. Good umpiring. Play on he called. Picked up that time by Ma. Ma goes by hand. Series of handballs. The Pointers dragged off the footy that time. I think the umpire was ball watching then. Picked up Magpies. They go forward. Looks like a 2-on-1.
They're on here, PINT, if they can get hold of this footy.
Smythe, he found the handle. Chips on the little left foot. Goes forward. Inside, they'll go to the corridor. Is it effective? It is effective. Kelb fell. Kelb fell. Just backward of the centre. He has someone forward. Another big left footer. Off they go. Down forward, and the mark not taken, not held, out of bounds, but they've the nice transition. They're within 10 metres of the goal at left full forward. That is Pint. And Pint lead 8-4-52. Sorry, Natasha.
Yeah.
Palmerston 3-4-22. 13 coming up 14 minutes into Q3.
Yeah, they had the numbers out wide there. Maggie's just didn't push over with the transition of the footy. So it's down the forward 50 here for Pint with another opportunity. Jones just got rid of Peach. Comes out the back. Liam Holt-Fitz has already kicked one. Goes back to a teammate. Oh, that's dropping the footy. The umpire.
On the ball.
So, in front of us there, still a bit of push and shove. Free kick to that man. Lewis Smith. Goes back.
Probably the best game he's played.
Wilsey took that. Wasn't the full measure, so it was called to play on close to the boundary line. That is a beautiful kick and a mark wide out there near the wing. The boundary. They come inboard.
There he is again. He's just everywhere. Is Perry Lewis Smith.
We'll go long on. He's going to draw man on the mark. Now they go long through Young, but not back there. The Palmerston forwards. You know, that's it crushes the midfield when you work that hard to get the ball down there, and it's an uncontested mark to a Pint defender.
Good call, but they've almost turned it over. Palmerston Magpies still in with a chance, running into an open goal, swings it around, no mark taken, good effort, dropped it red hot, play on called the umpire, correct, and we'll have the ball up with Palmerston deep, and I say deep in attack.
Yeah, pretty close to the goal square, I reckon.
We can see the right hand behind post there. Over the back, Lewis Smith got a couple to beat. It looked like Lewis Smith. He was looking for a free kick there.
But where were the numbers? You could see all the Pint players and only Lewis Smith there. You know, they've got to get over there and help the Magpies player. So they're lucky to actually have another stoppage here with a boundary throw in.
Because if Lewis Smith had picked it up, he's gone.
Yeah, yep.
It's deep in the Palmerston forward line, right full forward, over the back. Power gets the football. Motlop, Stephen kicks it up, goes back. Short one, nice kick forward to Palmer. Hasn't done a lot, Palmer, but what he's done has been nice. Palmer goes back. Pint will get the clearance on the outer. Look for options. They're very good at that. Now they'll go inside.
There's that man, always in the corridor.
Kelb fell. Yep, you're right. Kelb fell and goes by hand. That's an effective handball, and away they go. Now they'll come inside again, I reckon. Left footer. They do go inside, but they go backwards. It's got to be precise. It is not precise. Here's the man that went off in the first quarter. Looked serious. Good effort. Goes back by hand to no one in particular. Called it. And Lewis Smith, does he deserve a goal? He certainly deserves a goal. Unfortunately, the gods aren't with him, and it's a minor score.
Didn't bound kindly for him there, but just the work rate that he's had in this game so far, especially in this quarter. So the kick out. Now Magpies need to make sure they can just lock it in here, man up. But there goes the runner already. So just loose checking. I know they'll be happy to let, but they've got two players that have just come on the interchange. One of them shot. They get over there now. Magpies with the numbers. Thomas Motlop gets in and creates. No, it hasn't gone out yet. Now it does. So it's going to be a boundary throw. And well done. They were outnumbered there, Pint, in the end, but did well to create another boundary throw in.
The endeavour of Motlop and Thomas shot there was very good, as you called it, Natasha.
So they'll set here. Peach and McDonald once again. I don't think they've chopped out for McDonald as yet. He's been in there the whole time. Holke was playing for a free kick. Again, close to the boundary line. This time it stays in. No, Young will let it go over. Pleading for a free kick there, the Magpies. Having nothing of it.
Probably a correct call by the field umpire. Took a dive.
They ringing the changes here, Pint. I've got another 2-3 on the sideline waiting to come on. That's a shallow throw in there. Hamsey. Handballs to Young. Young on the left. Oh, wasn't really ready for that. The Magpies play.
But it's just that skill error. I just wish they could lift in that area.
Should have taken that on the chest there with the mitts out. That was Barnett. That was Declan. Oh, turned over. Here's Silver Yusuf. He's got speed to burn. This young fella has a shot. He missed a few easy ones last week, and he's nailed that one with his first opportunity. Silver Yusuf has his first goal and becomes the 8th goal kicker for PINT.
It's a good effort. They've shared it around as they've shared the positions on the field. Silver Yusuf has the single goal. The only multiple goal scorer for the Pinters, Andrew Jones, has 2. And for the Palmerston Magpies, Perry Lewis-Smith has 2, one in the second, one in the third. So I reckon, sorry, Natasha, but I reckon the Pinters have probably got this wrapped up, but they can't afford to take the foot off the pedal because they play finals next week. It's their first finals sojourn. I know that Shannon Motlop has coached in Country Victoria, he's coached premierships, he's coached in the NTFL and coached finals, but a lot of the players haven't played in finals in the NTFL, and they've got to be short and sharp.
Yeah, 100%. Silver Yusuf didn't get much of the ball playing up forward in the first half. They put him on the ball, and he's had a better third quarter kicking that goal. Maggie's trying to get possession. Lewis Smith, just ducks out of it. Handballs to a teammate, and Peach gets it back. Running through Paholke. He's screaming through the midfield. Then they go long. This is where the Magpies forwards are in front this time. Who's front and centre? Coming across as it goes over the boundary line.
Big power
was
up
Barrett.
there?
Yeah, the one that didn't take the mark.
Yeah.
Yes, brought it to ground. But Barnett just couldn't get a handle of that footy. But deep in the Magpies forward 50 here for a boundary throw-in. Another opportunity. Magpies need to kick a goal.
They certainly do need to kick a goal just to keep in this contest. Tossed in by the boundary umpire, left full forward. Up they go, over the back. It was PINT. Knocked the ball to their advantage. Picked up that time nicely. Palmerston Magpies. Great smother. How courageous is that?
Well, that's Marr, I think that was, number 13.
Harrison Marr.
Yeah, very good attempt there. We've gone into time on here, so desperately the Magpies. Not looking likely to win, but don't want to let this get blown out as well. They've had a good effort here today. 35 points.
Tossed it in by the boundary umpire. In Pash, Rux tries to get rid of it. Ran onto the left foot. Well done by the big man. Up they fly for the mark. Just couldn't grab the hand. Picked up, kicked around over the left-hand shoulder, and unfortunately, that time by Declan Barnett, just misses to the left-hand side. So there's not out. Well, they are out of the contest, I guess, on the scoreboard, but certainly their endeavour could not be faulted.
Yeah, 100%. Especially haven't won a game all season, but so you could definitely, through the hat in the ring, to have a contest here in the last game. They're not going to get a win, and I don't know when the last time the Magpies went winless for the season.
Yeah, not sure, but
be a while ago, I reckon.
Yep, because they've been pretty good over the past decade or so. Motlop playing now back to Motlop, who's playing also down back, I imagine. So Motlop to Motlop. There's no other Motlop unless the coach gets out there and has a kick. So Thomas Motlop this time. Long kick and kicks to advantage. Good kick. And over the back, I reckon Jaden Dick has been very, very good. It's as good a game as I've seen him play. And gets it forward to the chunky man, Justin Taylor. Kicked a goal in the first quarter. Taylor, too far out to score. Up they go. Mark not taken. Just once again, a little bit of luck going their way for Palmerston. They could be double their score. Liam Holt-Fitz seems now still to be playing on the ball, Natasha.
There's a whistle.
After disposal, was it?
Yeah, whistle coming back. I think it might be out.
Okay.
Oh, no, there's an umpire having a bit of a chat to a water runner there, so it's actually going the way of Magpies there, and he's having a good chat, the umpire, I feel, to a water runner out there.
Palmerston Magpies within kicking distance. Can they make the most of it? Coming up 23 minutes. Kick on goal. Short. Over the back. Cleared by the PINT defence. Sells the dummy. Did it too easily. PINT find the corridor. A little bit of pace needed, and the pace is certainly there as the siren goes. And all too late. Harry McKimmie won't count as a stat. It is three-quarter time. PINT 9-4-58, leading Palmerston Magpies 3-6-24. Just the multiple goal scorers for both teams. Andrew Jones has 2 for the Pointers, and Perry Lewis-Smith, who's been a wonderful, wonderful player for the Maggies, he has 2, one in the second and one in that quarter. So it is three-quarter time. It is a 34-point lead to the Pointers.
Kazali's Palmerston Club. Come and check out our cafe, open 7 days a week. Our kids club is open Wednesday to Sunday nights, including weekend lunchtime. Enjoy hot meals with nightly specials at the bistro or cold drinks at the sports bar. Feeling lucky? Have a go at the latest machines in our gaming lounge or grab your mates for a round of pool. Family gatherings or casual meetings, we have something for everyone. Kazali's Palmerston Club, making a difference.
Love exploring the territory? If you do, it's good to know that with TIO Comprehensive Car Insurance, if you have an accident covered by your policy, we're here to help with the reasonable costs of towing, as well as your additional emergency accommodation and travelling costs. So get out there and explore. Get a quote today. TIO, we're for Territorians.
Welcome back. It is the last quarter of the season for the Palmerston Magpies. The Pointers actually live on. They will play in the knockout, the elimination final of the NTFL next weekend. And just a little bit of news, the Jackson Calder kicked 4 goals in the St Mary's game against Darwin Buffaloes, and that took him to 61 goals. Sitting on 61 goals was Jared Brander and Jaden Magro. Magro kicked a goal in the Waratah game, and so Magro will be the Dennis Dunn medalist. And I remember last year in the last round he actually missed by 1, and that was Jackson Calder. So Jaden Magro, the small forward, well done to him, a Dennis Dunn medalist.
100%, well deserved as well. And as we spoke off air, the small forward, you're not sort of used to that when you got Big Calder, Brander, the likes of those guys playing. So, that's a congratulations to Magro. That's a huge achievement.
My word, it is well done to him and to Waratah for working with him and keeping him playing forward.
And depending on the outcome of that game, Waratahs will be playing PINT next week.
Waratah, yep, my word, they will. And anyway, here we go. The last term that's picked up. And the Magpies first forward. They got the clearance. Up forward they go. Can the mark be taken? No, it can't. Knocked forward by a very efficient defence. Onto the left boot and kicked the goal. No, he missed it. Goodness gracious. Such Taylor, who, as we've said a couple of times, left the field early in the game, 25 seconds in, and could have set the game on fire. Motlop calmly. That's Stephen Motlop. Kicks still inside defensive 50.
Oh,
left foot, terrible kick. That's the problem, isn't it?
Man on the mark.
When you chip kick, you make a mistake and it sets it up for the opposition, as it does here. Taylor goes inside forward 50. The mark, the big man Power takes the mark. He copped that. He earned that. Benjamin Power.
It's either going to be a mark or over the shoulder.
Yeah, well, either way, he earned that. I don't know whether you like it. I like the Guernseys. I like the
my under 12 girls. We play in these Guernseys for the last season and this season, and they like the look of them, so that's why they've become our away ones.
Okay. Anyway, Power kick on goal inside a minute or just outside a minute. Kicks on goal, touched
bad
inside. That's
poor work there on the line by the Maggies to allow that touch. Could have got a bit more body in there, and didn't allow the jump there by the PINT defender.
Yeah, good call. Stephen Motlop, as he normally does, runs a metre, has a bounce, kicks it back, not precise. Back they go, still inside defensive 50. Over the back and the mark taken by Ethan Smith, who's been okay. Smith
looks around, looking around. Oh, dangerous, and there he is. Lewis Smith has it. What's he going to do with it? They've got Chubb out wide, and he's going to go long himself. The breeze doesn't bring it around, he just misses to the far side. So Stephen Motlop, once again with the kick-out duties. His last couple of kicks haven't been all the best. Thomas Motlop got the short one on, ignores that. Asking a few players to spread. Keeps close to the boundary line. A little bit of a shove in the back there, and the umpire says no. It's gone touched over the boundary line, so a boundary throw-in on the far side of the ground here at PINT.
DXC Arena, and that's us calling that, isn't it? But I think the umpiring's been quite good for the game.
Yeah, being consistent, and that's all you ask,
ask
for.
My word. Tossed in by the boundary umpire. Palmerston in attack. Didn't quite see the result of the ruck. Forward, and a defensive mark taken that time by Jacob Maloney. Maloney, the rangy defender, kicks across
to switch
inside
it here.
Defensive 50. Motlop, Stephen Motlop. Normally exemplary. This time, not so bad. Runs his full measure. Got the handball away. Shot. Cleverly. Back. Another short kick. Gets it forward. This time, Benjamin Smythe. But Palmerston Magpies, Point are mucking around a little bit. I'm not sure what the instruction was at quarter time. Paholke, who was just sensational first quarter and a half, a bit quieter since then, but probably racked up 15 possessions in that first quarter.
Yeah, not a good kick there. Thomas Motlop read that. Just not to the advantage of the Magpie forwards whatsoever. Juggled mark to Brett. They're calling for it in the corridor. Ma. Still calling for it in the corridor. Ignores that. They're just happy to chip it around, I think, and sort of take it into next week, Butters. I'm not sure if Shannon Motlop, the coach, will be happy with that. Silver Yusuf dives for the mark. Dropped it. Turnover. Oh, he'll get it back here. Yusuf has a bounce as the tackle was being laid, but broke the tackle. Tries to get a kick away. Was pushed as he kicked. It's up and under kick. Asking a lot of his forwards down there. Well done to Parry, the defender for the Palmerston Magpies.
He backed himself, Yusuf.
By Pint. The handball. Yusuf has it back. And he's kicked his second. So he worked hard for that one. He ended up getting the goal. I thought he nearly botched it up that first attempt.
Well, he did, but at least he kept at it, didn't he? And was rewarded.
So he's kicked 2 goals now. He becomes the second multiple goal scorer.
Indeed he does, but on the back of Andrew Jones, who got a couple in the second quarter, and Perry Lewis-Smith, Palmerston Magpie, prolific ball getter. He has a couple, one in the second, one in the third. So it is the Pint, 10-4-64. Still can't find that avenue forward. The defence of Palmerston has been outstanding. But 10-4-64 won't win you a lot of games.
And if you think about, like, if we do propel to next week and it is Waratahs have a good back line as well. So they're going to have to find that avenue, because earlier on in the season was Matty Ryan, but now they've got Big Jones in the forward line. But you're right, there's just not that key target up there so far that's been real dominant.
Hams goes forward. Taylor working hard, kicks it to his own advantage, kicked off the ground again by Smythe. Not to anyone in particular. When you look at the scoring shots, we've got Pint 10-4-64, that's 14, and Palmerston 3-9-27,
shot
that's
on
12.
Goal, just missed.
Out of bounds on the full, and so Palmerston 3-9-27, so that's 14-12. So Palmerston just been a little bit wasteful up forward. That's because of partly because of the fantastic defence.
And the pressure.
Yep.
Haven't been easy kicks on goal. We've the ladies' day here at Pints is still going strong. There's a guy and his budgie smugglers now out on the ground, and the matchman hasn't kicked him off yet, but
we'll keep to the footy. Motlop to Motlop, and there's Stephen Motlop this time, who kicks to Thomas Motlop. Motlop back to Motlop and goes to shot. Motlop inside. That's Stephen Motlop. Runs his full measure. Kicks it across the face of goal to a leading player out there in the big man Andrew Jones, who's kicked a couple of goals, as we said. Bit of pace needed. Palmerston Magpies provide the pace. Paholke looks like he's down in defence and runs the ball out of bounds under a bit of pressure, but the ball, a nice transition by the Pointers, and they are at right full forward, about half a kick around from their goal. Boundary umpire ready. Away we go. Paish in front. Dead eat in the ruck. Paish at least contested, as he's done all game, and probably since he's taken over in the ruck. Nice handball back, kick on goal, whacked after a disposal, or at disposal, and the ball's going to go back. We've got to get this right. Out of bounds. No. A turnover. Palmerston go back in defence. Got to be precise. That time they are. Ashton Hams calls for it, so you give it to him.
Yeah, he's racked up a few possessions, hasn't he, today?
He certainly has. Hams goes forward. He's racked up possessions too. That's Young. Young from inside defensive 50. Goes to no one in particular, but the Maggies are the recipients. They go forward. Have a player out there on his own, but unfortunately beat him over the boundary line.
The umpire is waiting. This is what I like to see. A couple of people behind the goals getting the footies as well. We don't see that enough. You'd put a kid every 20 metres around at TIO there.
Hot dog edge.
Yeah, and say, listen, you got to get the footy if it goes over the fence. A good old hot dog and a can of Coke that we used to get at Gardens Oval as kids for getting the footy.
Same back. So Pint have got to work overtime in defence now. Should have kicked it off the ground, but the whistle had blown, and it'll be the Palmerston Magpies. And a man, Michael Chubb, showed a couple of times that he's pacey. Hasn't had a lot of the football.
No.
Is he within distance? He can probably make them pay. Chubb kicks kicks it nice off the boot, but unfortunately they keep up with their 3-9.
Yeah, trying to get the distance there. He just hooked it, but with the breeze, they needed to aim for the furthest goalpost there and let the breeze
to the
bring it around.
right-hand post and bring it back, but unfortunately that didn't happen. So Motlop, once again, that's Stephen Motlop. No one's prepared to run at him, so does it. Not as precise as he normally is with the kick, and it's out of bounds. And we've got another
scuffle. How you doing? Hellos to each other.
Yeah. Wait for after the game.
Been a few of those tonight.
Well, there have, but nothing.
Nothing on in towards.
Untoward. Yep. Boundary umpire. Point. Left half forward. Kick and a half out. In front. McDonald. Nicely done. Handball. Kelbfell. Got a goal early.
Dumped after he kicked it there too.
Thomas Motlop gets it out to the running player there in Brett. Brett runs his full measure, kicks on the left boot, no mark taken. Ball on the ground, in dispute. Good work there, dragged off the footy, and it might be a pint free kick and a warranted free kick that time. It was unceremoniously dumped. Looks like Kyle Kirk. Pretty much directly in front. If he's not directly in front, did that happen in the goal square? If it happened in the goal square, he will be directly in front.
And kicked one in the first quarter as well. Kyle Kirk, no, second.
Second quarter.
Second.
Kyle Kirk. Really, this is a gimme. A warranted free kick, so there's no complaint. Well, there will be from Palmerston, but there shouldn't be. Kirk kicks on goal, does it and does it nicely. So Kyle Kirk, that's his second, as you mentioned, Natasha. One in the second, one in the last. Point go to 11.470, leading Palmerston Magpies 3.9.27, halfway through the final term.
Yeah, still a bit of time to go, of course, but you can see both teams, Magpies, really have nothing left in the tank. I think they've used all their petrol tickets, but Pint as well are just probably have taken their foot off the pedal as well. They don't want any injuries, of course, leading into finals next week. They want to make it hard for Shannon Motlop to pick his team. The inaugural final in your second year is a pretty good effort, but you want to put your hand up for sure to be playing in that game.
See, Warwick Williams is a player that you would expect to come back into this side.
Yeah, he's Achilles. He said he's just giving it a rest, but he's an important player for them, so he'll definitely be back in.
Thomas Motlop's probably done enough to hold his spot, so there are positions, as you suggested, up for grabs. So they don't want suspensions or injuries. But I mean, playing this game, you can get an injury quite comfortably. Kicked out of a pack. Palmerston Magpies go forward. Their tally for the game, 3 goals, 9.27, plays 11.470. So they've been in it. At least they've had the opportunities.
But there's adding to that 9 behind is about 5 out of bounds on the full.
Correct.
So yeah, there's they've had a lot of shots on goal, but just haven't had the polish to finish.
Scoreboard pressure hasn't been there applied by the Magpies. Over the back, big power. A series of handballs. The pointers up in the air. Penrith, Ethan Penrith's another one. I'm just trying to think of players that could come back in for Pint, but Penrith would be one. Thomas Motlop does it and does it with precision. Out to Kirk. Kirk goes wider still, and the mark taken out there. And another opportunity for Pint. So distance, not an issue this time for Mead Harding, who's
kicked one in the first.
Yeah, he did. He opened the scoring, I think.
Yeah, he did. Yep.
Mead Harding can kick a goal. Onto the left boot.
He snuck it in.
No, he didn't. So they move on to 11.5, 71. Palmerston Magpies, 3.9.27. The Magpies have been stuck on 3.9.27. Paholke brings the ball back in. Does it and does it pretty well to McConnell. Mucking around, he's going to get caught.
Young was happy to go over there.
Gee, that was good defensive work that time by Joey Thompson.
Yeah, the ex-Magpie player.
Yeah, an unsung hero, I think, for the Pointers. And probably one of those players that's got to play his way into the finals.
Oh, 100%. He's definitely playing for his spot, Joey Thompson.
Tossed in, boundary umpire, big pace in front. Second effort, pretty good. Magpies will clear over the back.
Oh,
Levi Grigg throws his body around. Cleverly kicked outside. Ethan Smith, probably done enough. Inside the mark taken. Shot. Kicks on goal. I tell you who we haven't seen much of is big Matty
Ryan.
Matty Ryan.
Yeah, 100%. And like I said, he was their target earlier on in the year up forward.
Yep.
His brother as well, probably come back in, Brad Ryan.
He will definitely come back, you would expect, as Thomas Motlop once again.
So as we said, there's probably about 5, that need to come back in next week. But again, the worrying thing for Shannon, I mean, the spread of goal kickers is good. But are you going to have that spread against Waratahs? Just for someone to stand up down in that forward line.
Who defensively is
we'll
exceptional.
take the best defender, which would probably be O'Dwyer down there. But yeah, O'Sullivan can play back for Waratahs if needed.
And big and small, O'Sullivan.
So, it will be a hard task for them next week. That's for sure, especially being the defending premiers.
But they are there, aren't they? So that's fine. Running in. Kicked onto an open goal, and there's a goal. Just missed who that was.
Yeah, 43, Brett. So Benjamin Brett has kicked his second. So the Sting's really gone out of the game now, and a couple of these players are getting a few stats and a few goals next to their name just to make it a bit harder for Shannon during the week.
And the selection team. So now they've got 4 players, multiple goal scorers. Silver Yusuf, Kyle Kirk, Andrew Jones and Benjamin Brett. While the Palmerston Magpies, Perry Lewis-Smith has been an outstanding player for Palmerston today, together with Tyson Young, who's been good, Brandon McConnell, okay. Philip Wills has been very good. Miles Paholke started the game off beautifully, and Ashton Hams just has the ball on a string. Jaden Dick, probably the best game I've seen him play for the Palmerston Magpies too. So there's another one. Yep. Anyway, back in the middle, the tap won by PINT. Young gets the ball out. Goes to Parry. Parry kicks across his body. Looking for Such Taylor. 2 against 1. Can they force the ball out of bounds? They can force the ball out of bounds. Well done that time. 2 on 1, and Perry Lewis-Smith did the job.
Yeah, right in front of where we're set up here in the commentary box. I wouldn't say box, say table. But Perry Smith did do well, and they were claiming that it actually come off the leg of a PINT player, but the umpire wasn't having anything of it. They set here. So Jones, Paige just got rid of him. Hams went without it. Puts a second effort in. Silver Yusuf was held without the footy, still tracking the footy, tapping it to his advantage. Oh, then tried to go around Hams. Thomas Motlop goes back in board, across the face. Oh, good work. So Ma has players out wide. Again, they'll look for that switch to the fat side here. PINT, no, they come back into the corridor. Mark taken there, and again, corridor on the second grab there was Embleton.
Embleton's got it, yep. And Embleton is in the middle of the ground. 2.5 kicks out. Embleton gives it everything he's got. Goes up forward. Ball on the ground. In dispute. Running around. Yusuf kicks around over his left shoulder and can't find the target. But PINT working hard to keep the ball in their forward line. Cleverly done. Nice kick off the side of the boot.
Just missed it. I thought that was going through.
Ashley Mullane, that was. Yep. But they're peppering away, aren't they? So I suppose that you can't ask for much more. Paholke runs his full measure. Outside defensive 50. Gets it nicely to Church, I think that is. Church.
Yep, Vanderson, I think it is. That is.
Yeah, it does beautifully to Sanderson. Yep.
And just Chubb needed to contest there. He just held back. And then across the face, coming through now. Here he is. And just pushed off the footy by Thomas Motlop. And it threw for another behind. So the multiple goal scorer he is for the Palmerston Magpies, Lewis Smith, but he's kicked about 4 behinds now.
Yes, and probably had at least 30 possessions, I reckon.
Yeah, 100%. Still in their best players.
Oh yeah, my word. He's in my view, he's their best player. Sizing things up, Stephen Motlop. What's he going to do? Something funny? No. Just kicks it.
He thought about it.
Yeah, he did indeed.
It was going through his brain, I reckon.
Benjamin Smythe picks him up. Smythe lays off by hand. Palmerston Magpies have the footy. Their defence, Paholke. 2 bounces. Running into the corridor. Paholke measures one nicely and does it beautifully to our man, Perry Lewis-Smith. It's going to take a good one, although he's probably got the breeze at his back.
Yeah, the trees are swirling a little bit up top there, so just a slight breeze still, I reckon, just going across the face slightly.
So it's got to go for the right-hand post.
Yep.
Perry Lewis-Smith. Can he get 3 for the game?
And
not this time.
Yep, there's that breeze. They're close to time on now, 9.5 minutes in the last.
Palmerston Magpies have about 5 minutes of footy left.
Stephen Motlop's racked up the possessions kicking out tonight.
Yeah, we don't count them. Thomas Motlop has had a wonderful, wonderful game. First game back for many months. Before Christmas, Motlop again. Probably won't be able to take a breath once the game's over. Does it nicely. Pint have the football. Ma gets the ball by hand. Kelb fell, sold the dummy. Goes onto the right, gets it forward. Nicely done. Mead Harding kicks on the left, across the face of goal. Looking for Jones out there. Pint to bring the ball back. Easy, Silver Yusuf runs around, unmarked, and mucks it up. It kicked off the ground, and it was already through.
No, it's hit the post. It's hit the post. The umpire just tapped the post there, so Yusuf just probably
ran too fast.
Yeah.
But the ball now to be cleared by Brandon McConnell. McConnell, nice long kick out of defence. Chubb can't take the mark. Ball on the ground. Smythe cleverly taps it out. Stephen Motlop. Motlop spots someone. Plenty of time. Takes his time. Kicks it forward. Measures it nicely to Ethan Smith.
So Smith in the corridor. There we go. Shot. Kicks it up to Mead Harding. Wheel around on his left. Drills it into the forward line at the back. Was Silver Yusuf waiting for it to come. Hands got up there, but here he is now. He went without the footy. Regathers. Under pressure. Well done, the Palmerston defenders. As they dive on top of the footy.
Effort.
And is that out of bounds? No. Give it to me. It's going to ball it up. So deep in at the Pint forward line. No, it's a free kick, so it was holding the footy. Said he dragged it in and didn't bring it back out, which...
Fair enough.
I've seen Silver Yusuf go in with the footy, so I'm not quite sure who from Magpies went in next.
Tate Barrett, slightly disgusted. But nonetheless, Pint have it.
Yeah, this will take a good kick as well. Aim for the left goal post. You sort of got to stab at it a little bit too. Once it gets up too high, the wind really grabs it and swirls it around. So need a bit of power through this kick.
So that's Brett, the left footer.
Oh, yeah.
Kicks it.
Got a minor score.
It's a bit of an anticlimax, as you would expect. Paholke, there's the siren. The siren's gone. 12-8-80 to Pint. Winners over Palmerston, 3-11-29.
Yeah, good win to Pint, of course, and the long season for the Palmerston Magpies is over. Winless throughout this season, as we spoke about. Haven't seen that for a long time, but with a lot of positives to build to next season, and of course the big news will be who was going to coach the Palmerston Magpies next season. A few big names floating around, I hear, but there's a couple in particular that I really hope that they get hold of, because I think that they, with the quality of coach that they are, that they'll influence a lot of people and players to come across.
Well, I think they should, and I think Palmerston being a one-town team, they've got a lot going for them. 51 points today anyway with PINT, and PINT, their second season in the Premier Grade competition. They will play finals next week. A little bit unsure who their opponents will be, but nonetheless, well done to them, well done to Shannon Motlop. He stuck with them, stuck with the team, tried a few things today, but it is PINT. They won by 51 points, 12-8-80 to Palmerston, 3-11-29. Natasha Medbury, thank you for your time and for your company tonight, and we'll do it all again next week.
Thanks, Butters.